It is a scary and disruptive time, and I think it has been for quite a while. I have been profoundly grateful for this community and the buoying effect Rabbi Minkus has provided during the first Trump administration, COVID, the terror and loss of October 7th, and its gruesome war, as well as in the elusive times of calm. In these past 100 days, I felt unmoored. I've not known how to respond, unsure of my role as rabbi or of Rabbi Minkus' role to address any number of concerning actions. I have felt the water whoosh over me as our lives have been flooded with news items, press conferences, deportations, and many other presidential actions that arouse genuine fears for our democracy and the safety of the most vulnerable among us. I've not known how to use or find my voice, but last week a group of rabbis and cantors found theirs. A petition was circulated calling out attacks on democracy being carried out in the name of Jewish safety, and the letter is attached. The letter was well written, and I did not disagree with it in tone or in content. However, I have made the decision to no longer sign petitions. First, I don't want to put my name on anything that I didn't have a hand in crafting. Second, I question whether a petition is a meaningful action or is merely a symbolic gesture. I want to be above symbolic gestures, and I'm not convinced that signing a petition gets me or Rabbi Minkus closer to realizing who we want to be or how we want to meet this moment. I do recognize the value of symbolism, and I know that my participation in political actions has inspired and heartened some of you in the past. But signing this petition, or the next one, and there will be a next one, does not feel like a meaningful way to enact change. I was wrong to have not written to you about my decision and to explain my new policy on petitions. I have yet to speak to this moment in any robust way, and that was also a failure on my part. I have not known how to meet this unprecedented and scary moment. I've not known if I should dive into every issue as I did, or it felt like I did in 2016, taking action or writing a response every time the president tweeted or did something that demanded a response from people and institutions of conscience. I assure you, I worry about the rise of authoritarianism, and I feel going after certain people or institutions in the name of anti-Semitism, fair or unfair, legally sound or not, is not good for the Jews. I am not a politician or a political organizer. I am not skilled or knowledgeable in understanding the proper course of action to take to make a real political impact, and I am far from the only one. The lack of clarity on how to respond to the moment makes us incredibly uneasy. And because it is such a fraught moment, community becomes more difficult and even more necessary in our lives. Here's what I do know. Showing up to Rabbi Minkus, whether to pray, to kibbutz in the atrium, or for Kiddush on Shabbat, is not a passive action. Shabbat is as important as ever. I've learned a lot from these difficult years, and it is my job to write the plans on how to construct and maintain this sacred community. Rabbi Minkus is here to be a safe space for all, not in a weak or in a reactionary way, but in a manner that transcends time and place, religious or political differences. Having a space where you can show up and where you matter, where we find the ability to mute the painful and often overwhelming noise beyond our gates, is essential. And I have felt that providing a genuine reprieve was and is a thoughtful response to the challenges we face. I should have made that decision, that instinct, explicitly known, because I have felt that for a while. My job is to lead the community by providing space for our stories, life experiences, religious, social, and emotional needs of the people who comprise our membership. Rabbi Minkus was not built to intervene in constitutional crises. It has thrived for 150 years as a beacon of stability and tradition by, in large part, being clear-eyed on its mission, serving as a home for Jews in this community to gather, to pray, to be with people who share the same values, to argue, and be a part of something that is greater than ourselves. I feel to my core that we are fostering a space of meaning where, when we show up, we are making the world better, if only because we become better by enriching our spirits. That is how we become, as Rabbi Yitzhak Greenberg would say, fully human human beings. Is that delivering justice? I'm not sure, but I'm praying that it is. I know that it is a first step, and I know that it is a meaningful and eternal mitzvah to have this space be that. I'm not naive. I know that praying, even for the country, is not sufficient, nor is it meaningful to everyone. But being a place to share in our unease, as well as celebrate in moments of joy, is not a neutral act. If you do not find prayer meaningful or you are dissatisfied with this direction, I encourage you to use your expertise and your voice to find a way for Rodvei Tzedek to pursue the path towards justice that you think is needed, and how we as a community can join you in that pursuit. This building is here for you to gather, to discuss Torah, and to figure out how to express that Torah's message beyond our walls. There are Jewish institutions whose mission is politics. AIPAC, Avodah, J Street, Bend the Arc, Zionist Organization of America, and many other, and all have partisan or particular political directions. And what a privilege to live in a country that allows for that kind of diversity, and what a blessing to live in a time where we have different ways to express our Jewish American identity. But I want us to think, is becoming another highly partisan institution with a narrow mission, is that what we want for our synagogue? I see my role and the unique service that Rodvei Tzedek provides as a space above the noise and the pain, confusion and anger. Not so that we are removed from the world, but as an opportunity for each person to show up with their fullest self. This, I believe with all of my heart, provides clarity and allows people to leave our building with a renewed sense of purpose and direction. Rodvei Tzedek allows us space and time to refresh our souls, both individually and collectively. It reminds us of what is eternal and enduring. Staying true to our values during a time of crisis and fear will not be easy. It will not be without hurt and disappointments, and there is no other role I would rather have and no other group of people I would want to be on this journey with than with you, with Rodvei Tzedek. Thank you for your time.